24 terabytes. Let me say that again. 24 terabytes of your movies, home videos, all of your favorite content that you can carry around in this super compact, super portable mini PC from Beelink. Now, this is the Beelink ME Mini, a 6-slot home storage NAS mini PC. Whether you're a content creator, home media lover, or you're just looking for a reliable and quiet home server, this little box may just be the one for you. Let's open this up. In fact, so in the box we get the small user manual, just giving you the basics about the box. You can see it supports 6 NVMe SSD drives, 4 terabytes each, giving you that total of 24 terabytes. It says that the default OS is pre-installed on the onboard eMMC, which I believe is Windows 11, but of course you are completely free to install any OS. If you want to go for NAS, you could install True NAS or maybe Open Media Vault. Really, the choice is up to you. You can see how to open the unit. We get a full-size HDMI cable, we get a standard UK power adapter, and the great thing is this unit doesn't need any extra power plug, external power. All you have is this figure of 8 lead, because the power supply unit is actually built directly inside the mini PC, so just makes it so much more compact. And this is the actual mini PC, guys, so super small, super compact. So on the front here we can see we've got a USB 3.2 Type-C USB port. You've got some power and sleep indicators here. Here's the actual power button. And here you have another USB 3 Type A port. Here we can see some ventilation. On the back here we can see we've got the figure of 8 power lead. Here we've got USB 2.0 port, which will be for your keyboard or mouse. And you've got two 2.5 gig ports, guys. So each of these ports is 2.5 gig. You can actually bond them together or aggregate them, giving you much faster speed. And here's your standard HDMI out. Here you can see the full covers for the screws, which you'll have to open if you want to install more drives or add drives into this unit. Now, dimension wise, this is 99 times 99 times 99 millimeters, guys. So super compact, super light. I will put the specs on the screen just so you can see it, guys, but this is a very portable, compact unit. So just imagine having your entire movie library on this. Maybe you could run Kodi on here, use that as a media station, access all of your movies, TV shows, take this with you on holiday, take it with you wherever you go, and you've got that massive library, massive movie library with you. Now, opening up the unit, you can see it has a very futuristic design. Essentially, you have this large heatsink in the middle, then all of the SSDs are pressed against that, allowing it to have efficient cooling. And at the top, you have a single fan providing that airflow. Now, it is worth mentioning that my unit came with the single 2 terabyte drive from Crucial, and this Me Mini is actually co-branded with them. And Crucial, as I'm sure you know, have been in the game for a very long time, just globally renowned for quality, reliability, just a name that you can trust in the storage game. And they are recommended for optimal performance with the Me Mini. Let me now plug this into a screen and let's see what Windows looks like on this Beelink Me Mini. Now, as mentioned before, this did come with Windows 11 pre-installed, just a couple of clicks, and we're now ready to use this operating system. Let's have a quick look at the specs, and we can see that the unit does come with 12 gigs of RAM pre-installed. Now, it does come with Wi-Fi 6, but in my configuration, I've actually plugged this into a 2.5 gig switch. So let's have a quick look at the performance. If I do a quick speed test, and I'm hoping we should get at least 1 gig plus, and we can see it's pushing, that's actually close to my maximum that I'm currently paying for. So 1.8 gig, 1.7 gig downstream is a phenomenal speed and more than enough for all of your activities. Now, in terms of use cases, there's just so many things you could do with a small powered PC like this with lots of storage. You can set it up as a backup drive. You can set it for a place where you can save your documents, save your photos. It could be a media library, so you can access your movies, your downloaded content from anywhere. Just so many options. Of course, you can actually install a dedicated NAS software or NAS operating system like True NAS or Open Media Vault or lots of other ones, giving you a lot more flexibility with your storage options. So my particular use case, I'm going to use this as a media repository. So what this means is I can copy across all of the movies that I've previously purchased onto here, and I can then access that content from any other device on my home network, my FireStick, my Nvidia Shield. Really, any device on the network can now access this media library and browse through all of the content on there. Now, the other use case I have is taking this on holiday. So what this means is I can install maybe Kodi or Jellyfin or Plex or any other media server on here, and I can actually browse the media directly on this device already. So no internet access needed, no Wi-Fi connection, literally plug this in into any TV, and I can then use those media players to access local media. So I've actually done that on this example. So I just fire up the Kodi. Let me do that now. Here we can see I've installed it already. Let's click on that. I mean, this will just be super fast on a device like this. You can see it's correctly found all of the movies on my drive already. I just pointed it to a folder on my C drive, copied all the stuff across. You can see it automatically picks up the artwork. It creates all of the categories. Here, this is all of the unwatched movies. You got random movies. Then you got genres. So let's say, for example, I'm only interested in thrillers. Let's click on that. This will then filter out my content and show me the thriller movies only. And it's just working absolutely fine. Let's try one of these. Let's just go for this one here for a quick test. Click on that, and you can see in a couple of seconds, we are now streaming that content directly from that library. That's working absolutely fine. Really just a great way for you to organize and catalog and save your movies, your movie library, and you can then access from other devices, other streaming devices, your other computers, other laptops. All of that stuff can be accessed directly on this. So it works absolutely fine. And we can see at the top here, it says it's now in progress because I started watching that. So that's definitely a great use case for this. And that would be my personal use case for using this small NAS or small mini PC from Beelink. And you can even do some basic gaming on this. Obviously nothing heavy, but basic games, some emulation will run absolutely fine on the Beelink ME Mini. So what are my closing thoughts on the Beelink ME Mini? Well, overall guys, I have to say I'm very impressed. I've never seen a NAS unit as small as this. As you've seen today, super compact, gives you the ability to have those 6 NVMe drives. Very, very quiet, very, very portable, really just the size of a coffee cup, giving you up to 24 terabytes of storage. You also get those dual 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, Wi-Fi 6, 12 gigs RAM. Really guys, the possibilities are endless what you could do on a small box like this, whether you want to run a Plex server, whether you want to run a media library, maybe Pi-hole to block adverts on your home network, maybe a backup solution for your documents, for your photos. You can just do so much with it, and the fact that it's mega portable, doesn't have any big power break, you really can just place it anywhere in your house and go ahead and access the services that it offers. So I definitely think it's worthwhile checking out, and I will leave all of the links in the video description and pinned comment if you want to take a look. Do leave me a comment below if you currently use a NAS or if you're thinking about getting one, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.